Welcome to the Throwdown.
Hey, yo, it's time for the Throwdown. If you're new here, this is the time part of the show, the time of the part of the show, the time of the part of the show, the time of the part of the show, where we take two things, we put them in a ring, and they have to fight to the death, and we have to decide which one makes it out alive.
Whatever member of the council was in here tonight has been drinking.
Why?
Because they put them up under recommendations rather than throwdown.
That's all good. That's fine. We all know what it means. We all know what it means.
But the thing is, I'm here for it. I want them to drink more.
Yes. All right. So let's see what we got this week. Justin, hit that drum roll. This week we have the Mothman from the Mothman Prophecies versus Killer Moth. Justin's like, I don't know what you just said. I love it.
Cool.
I'm familiar with the Mothman from the Mothman Prophecies. I'm not familiar with Killer Moth, which is, I don't know, is this from a DC universe or a Marvel universe? They seem like some sort of character. But DC Comics is what they're from. So,
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get through all the pop-ups here.
I know, that's always fun. I'll take Mothman from Mothman Prophecies.
All right.
So this is it's the main focus of an iconic novel, The Mothman Prophecies. So this is a strange phenomena in Point Pleasant, Virginia. I actually remember seeing the movie for this. It had Richard Gere.
I remember hearing about it, but I never saw it.
Yeah.
Was it good? Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was like a late 90s quote-unquote thriller, supernatural thriller movie. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. So this thing has superhuman physical characteristics, true flight, large size, it has fear manipulation, radioactive electromagnetic aura. Okay. Jesus. Can move silently, produces light, heat manipulation, longevity, memory manipulation, can cause amnesia, shape-shifting, size shifting, resistance to fear manipulation, status effect inducement, madness manipulation, radiation, blah, 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 blah. Lots of immortality. There we go. In the beginning of the novel, it's alluded to possibly being a tulpa, whatever the hell that means. This would allow the Mothman to exist as long as people believe it will. Ooh. I love shit like that.
Right?
In American Gods by Neil Gaiman, one of my... I love... There's a component of that. Also kind of in the Sandman comics as well, the idea that these gods only exist
right,
or are as powerful as the belief in them. Because like in some of those, I think American Gods too, there are some old gods, but so few people believe in them that they're incredibly weak. But they barely are hanging on to life because they're talked about. But then there's other gods that have just are constantly mentioned, so their belief makes them very, very strong. I love shit like that. Sorry. Attack potency, wall level, presumably killed cattle, apparently, is what's listed here. All right.
Attack strength, cattle.
Lifting strength, average human, in parentheses, easily lifted a large dog. Okay.
You almost got a spit take on that one. That
almost.
Easily lifted a large...
I love this. Intelligence unknown, at least sentient, at least above average. Humans are as mentally advanced as cockroach to Indrid. Okay. All right. So what I do like about this creature is that it seems like it may not necessarily be incredibly strong, but it seems like it's like a mental game with this creature. Okay. It's like creating fear and things like that. So Justin, take us through Killer Moth. Who is Killer Moth?
Killer Moth, interesting. Having decided that the lawbreakers of Gotham City needed a costume protector, just as honest citizens had Batman, Drury Walker emulated the Dark Knight in every way, copying his paraphernalia, yada, yada, yada.
What's up? Did your mic go out? Oh, no. It's all good. He gave a thumbs up. So, this guy copied Batman and decided he was going to be the supervillain version of Batman. The Killer Moth. He came to resemble a dark mirror image of Batman, even adopting the alter ego of a wealthy philanthropist similar to Bruce Wayne. Moth was motivated by greed rather than justice and only served the criminal underworld for a price. Wolf also says that the Mothman from Mothman Prophecies is a harbinger. It shows up at the events of large destructive events hours before they happen. That's right. That's true. Like there's supposedly a bridge that fell apart in Virginia or something that people said they saw the Mothman beforehand. So Slotty goes, so wait, did Mothman kill Justin's mic in order to win this fight? Maybe. And by the way, my dog just let rip a fart. It is terrible.
Am I back?
I think so. I hear you.
You hear me? Good. Okay.
Whew.
That was a thing. Also, I love the fact that you called out that your dog was going to gas you, and she did.
She totally did. She lived up to her end of the bargain. It smells horrible in here right now.
Your dog like normally that gassy?
Oh yeah, she's a toots magoots. Let me tell you.
Got it.
Yeah, all the time. My favorite thing is last night Natalie tried to get her to sit, and she did. On her way down, she farted, and then when she hit the floor, she farted. So it was like, so double toots.
Well played.
All right. So anyway, Justin, I got the intro in. Take us through the powers and stats of this guy.
So Killer Moth has superhuman physical characteristics, master at weaponry, vehicular mastery, martial arts, gilding, enhanced senses, extrasensory perception. It uses most of this is just listing weapons it can use. Silk production, which is interesting, and then low to mid regeneration. It's got attack potency of a small building level. Should be comparable, but physically weaker than Batman can fight off Barbara Gordon. Okay.
All right.
At least small. Let's see. So attack potency, he can attack. Speed, at least supersonic, possibly hypersonic. Lifting strength is unknown. It's never attempted to lift anything. Striking strength, small building class. Durability, small building level. Can tank hits from Batman. Stamina is above average. Range, standard melee. Got a couple weapons and above average intelligence. Despite being somewhat of a joke, Killer Moth is a good marksman and flyer, and is stated by the Bat Computer as an accomplished hand-to-hand combatant. Not sure what that has to do with intelligence, but there you go. The weakness, cannot tolerate anyone making fun of him / none notable. I feel like that's contradictory.
Wolf goes, wait a second. Can fight Barbara Gordon pre or post wheelchair, because that changes things entirely. Very good point.
Very good call out, Wolf. Absolutely.
It doesn't say. But
I feel like we missed saying that it is a tier 9A.
Yes.
So
I feel like Killer Moth is at their core a human.
Yes.
And I feel like Mothman, Indrid, if you will, is something beyond a human. And that being the case, I feel like the Mothman would be able to create fear and would be able to manipulate Killer Moth to their advantage. Now, you could also argue that if Killer Moth lives in the DC universe, he's probably seen some shit. So fear, how much fear gets to him, how much does something extraplanar or unusual. Because if you're seeing that every day in the DC universe, then maybe it won't be as effective. You're like, oh, great. Yeah, this thing is talking to me. Who gives a shit? I don't know.
I'm in full agreement that the fact that Mothman can manipulate fear and it's all a mental game. Let me just scroll back down to where
He's got memory manipulation.
Powers and abilities. Yeah, and we're looking at novel, not the film, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Fear manipulation, memory. Yeah. Shape shifting. Yeah. Look, anytime that you can get inside someone's head, and if that person you're getting inside their head, they have a weakness for being made fun of, I'm sorry, but that's an ace in the hole. That's game, set, and match for me. Killer Moth has seen some shit for sure, but the Mothman is a little bit more. I guess the only thing is, if Killer Moth if they're able to move at hypersonic speeds, could they just like zip around, kind of like the Flash does, zip around them and just pummel them as they're zipping around?
Yeah.
Could he turn it into a physical fight is the question.
I guess it depends on if Killer Moth can get through the fear and mental manipulation.
Right.
Because if he can, and he can do some physical damage, I think he'll beat the shit out of Mothman.
Yes.
But I think because the Mothman has such limited strength, I think it's because they have such strong mental manipulation. It could do something as simple as just put thoughts in Killer Moth's head, making fun of him, making him feel insecure, and just playing on those fears. And I feel like that would make him crumble if that were the case.
Yeah. Memory manipulation. Like, to immediately pull up a memory, or you manipulate a memory where this guy has just been like brutally made fun of. That's just, and if Killer Moth has the weakness of cannot tolerate anyone making fun of him, I don't know what that does to him. If that puts him on tilt, I don't know if that turns him from Killer Moth into Chiraxes, which is the next Pokemon level of the character.
Yeah, the evolution.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. I got to give it to Mothman with this one, man. Yeah. I think this is a game, set, and match for him.
I agree. I think.
All right, there it is, Mothman.
There you go. Thank you. That's about the only good drumming I can do.